The resignation of Britain's Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson. Cameras are outside his house in London waiting to hear some reaction. Johnson is the second senior cabinet minister to quit over Brexit negotiations, and his departure raises big questions about Theresa May's future as Prime Minister. Thomas Daigle is on this story, and he joins us now from our London bureau. So, Thomas, this is stunning news. What do we know about the circumstances of Johnson's departure, and how big a crisis is this for Theresa May?
Well, we haven't had a formal statement from Boris Johnson yet since the Prime Minister's office confirmed his resignation, but it's pretty plain to see why he's quitting. I mean, when Theresa May released her plan for Brexit last Friday, he compared it to polishing a turd. His words, not mine. This spells pretty bad news for Theresa May, second cabinet minister to resign in 24 hours, David Davis, and now Boris Johnson, the two major Brexiteers. Something else worth mentioning here is May is getting ready for the NATO summit this week. She's welcoming U.S. President Donald Trump to the UK later this week as well. And yet here she is without a foreign secretary and with her own job in doubt. Now, last Friday, when she revealed her Brexit policy proposal, she said that it had the approval of the entire cabinet. Clearly, though, it did not. The plan sees Britain and the European Union keeping free movement of goods, and Brexiteers see that as having sort of like 1 foot in and 1 foot out of the EU. May has been speaking in a raucous House of Commons just a short while ago. Here's what she said.
And similarly, to recognise the passion that the former Foreign Secretary demonstrated in promoting
Order! A very unseemly atmosphere. I want to hear about these important matters. And I think the House should. The Prime Minister.
Thank you. That the former Foreign Secretary demonstrated in promoting a global Britain to the world as we leave the European Union.
Good grief, having a hard time keeping control of the House. Can she keep control of her party? I mean, you mentioned her job in doubt. How serious is this? Is there going to be a call for a new leader?
Well, keep in mind, when the previous Prime Minister, David Cameron, resigned, Boris Johnson mounted a short campaign for the Tory leadership. He cancelled that plan before there was a vote. Eventually, Theresa May got the job. But Johnson was seen as next in line for 10 Downing Street. And now, knowing that Johnson generally enjoys the support of the hard Brexiteers within the Tory party, a formal leadership challenge would not come as a surprise. The question is whether they have the numbers to successfully mount that challenge. Certainly from a foreign policy perspective, might be a rather embarrassing week to unseat the Prime Minister because of internal battles just within her own party, Diane.
All right. Thank you very much, Thomas. That's the CBC's Thomas Daigle in London.